It is our first day in charge of FC Cologne, and here we are, the new head coach in the 75th season that they end up starting. We're going to do things a little bit differently in this series. There are a couple of rules that we've established just to make it a little bit more tricky and a little bit more challenging. Yeah, eyebrows have been raised on a completely inexperienced manager. I will accept that. Reputation is 3.5 stars. General manager is Christian Keller, so we'll kind of take a little bit of a closer look on him as well. Founded in 1948. Assistant is Andrei Pollock. Might even look at replacing him as well. Media prediction is around 15th place, and our fierce rival is Borussia Mönchengladbach. I definitely am going to say all these names wrong. My pronunciation is going to be terrible. Rain Energy Stadium is where we're going to play. 50,000 capacity. That's pretty substantially bigger than what we did when we took over Luton Town. But we have great training facilities, great youth facilities, and good youth recruitment. So we're definitely going to focus on youth with that, considering our transfer budget is pretty sad. Around 520 per week, and then around 643, not even a million. But we did do real world, so we are going to do it kind of that way. So all the transfers that are supposed to happen in this series are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. So as you can see, we don't have too much control of it. That's probably why there's a decent amount of transfers. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to do a couple things in our series. One of them is definitely going to be sign players based in Germany, and we're going to definitely develop German players for the most part. We're going to go for between 70 and 80% of our players on the field at any time have to be German. That includes substitutes, so we won't be able to sub too many players that are of different nationalities, especially with a team like this, who already is around 70%, 75% of their players are already German anyways, and it's just going to be definitely more of the German pride footprint that we're going to try and go with this. Become and establish a Borussia Dortmund team at the end of a 5-year plan. So I do think that is very possible. Currently in real life, though, they are in relegation zone. So we're definitely going to kind of focus on that. End of current season, actually. Sorry, I thought it was this year. So they want us to be competitive in the Pokal, and they want us to top half finish next season. I don't know if that's possible. Qualify for Europa Conference League the season after that when our season. When everything expires, and then they want us to qualify for Europa. So it's a quick turnaround that they're looking for. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult than what they're initially saying. I'm giving it around 10 years for us to be a top 4 team. So let's have a little deep dive in this team and see if they're worse for wear. Currently, they have around 13% of hardcore supporters, 42% around core, 16 family, 16 fair weather, and only 1% corporate. That seems unusual. And then 12% casual. They have around 8,000, let's say 9,000 on the season ticket waiting list. That's pretty cool. 25,500 supporters, and their social media is around 731. Supporter influence is moderate, so we definitely need to make sure that they do like us. We'll accept this current vision. Like I said, we're going to add the other rules that we're going to focus on, and we'll kind of look at that more so. This guy's obviously going to get re-signed. Yeah, obviously offer contract. We're going to do this right now because I'm not gonna forget about this. Yearly salary. No, we're definitely not going to do that. Minimum release fee is 1.6. That seems very, very low. Let's do 5 million. All right, 5 million's good. We'll do that. At least we'll get 5 million for him, but he looks like he can already probably start for us anyways. Current formation, I don't know what they use yet. We'll focus on the tactics after, but let's look at who's coming into this club first. Wow, there's a considerable amount of people. So we're going to focus on in first. So Philip Penke, yeah, is going to be a goalie for us, 38 years old. I don't like that at all. He's going to be probably our backup, I hope. Heinz is going to come to us as well. 29-year-olds, a little bit older than what I want. I'd rather go much younger than this. We do have Rasmus Cartensen as well as joining us, and then Faride Aladu. Jeez, I'm just butchering it all around. 21-year-old German. I don't mind that at all. Bunch of guys leaving though, so that is pretty substantial. Most of them going on transfers, though. We're losing a 20-year-old as well, so a lot of movement here. And Pedersen also leaving as well. So let's take a look at this team. Let's look at ability-wise. So best player is Jeff Chabot, 25-year-old German center back. We can definitely build our team around him for sure. Timo Hubbers is the other center back. So we're very good at center back. Both our top two players are both center back. We have Davy Selke, who's a striker. I don't think he's doing too well in real life though, but I wouldn't mind getting at least a backup for him. He is 6'5" and he has 16 heading, so that should help us a little bit. He did come free from Hertha Berlin before. We do also have, oh okay, our other goalie is Marvin Schwab, who's a good Bundesliga player, so we'll definitely be able to keep him, so that's good. So at least the 38-year-old's going to be a backup. And then we have a decent amount of midfield. We have, I'm not even going to try and say his name, he's an Austrian guy. He did come to us on a free as well. So free transfers are definitely going to be our bread and butter for this whole save. We also have Kainz as well, who is wanted currently by Union Berlin. We might entertain that. He is 30 years old, so we'll definitely want to get something for him. It did cost us around 2.6 to get him. So he's definitely one of those guys that we might end up saying goodbye to. And same thing with Mania. He's already on transfer. He's 24 years old. Is he our best one? And he's currently our best attacking right mid, but Thielman is coming up the ranks, so we might focus more on Thielman as well. But potential-wise, the best potential is Eric Martel. Eric Martel, who's already a 3-star player. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to keep this guy and build around him. He's already a decent one, and he's just below our best midfielder there as well. And then Christensen, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually our defenders there. And then we have, who's he? He's on loan as well. Another striker that's on loan. So we do have a decent amount of players that should be coming in next season. But overall value, though, yeah, Martel's definitely worth the most. So we're going to have to build around him. That is the focal point. Let's look at some of our youth players. We have Justin Deal is on our second team. So look at our second team here. We'll go potential-wise, obviously. And then Smagic is his name. Okay, so, I mean, he looks pretty decent all around. 6'3" defender. We could bring him up as well. So we're going to try and focus on youth. This is what the challenge is definitely going to be. But I'll get into our transfer policy as well. The one that we're going to be self-doing in this one. It's going to be a bit of a randomizer. We're going to change it a little bit every season. But even this guy looks pretty good as well. 6'3", he's probably better as a center back. I don't know why we would put him as a defensive midfielder. But Montenegrin as well. A lot of obscure... I do like that. A lot of obscure players from different nationalities. I do like to see that. And then we'll take a look at our under 19, see if there's anything that pops up there. And this guy looks very good. Wow. 17 years old, again, defensive midfielder, 5'9". That's what I would imagine a good center back, or sorry, defensive midfielder to be. Comes from West Köln. Interesting. He looks pretty good. We'll definitely have to reevaluate everyone on this team, but I do see a lot of young guys being able to penetrate the first team, though. Looks like Firth might be one of our, could be our feeder club, because I've seen a couple guys on there already. We do have 16-year-old striker, so our youth system seems pretty decent, actually. I would prefer a bit more speed on some of these guys, but already a decent amount of 4.5 stars, or 3.5 stars to 4-star. This guy looks pretty good too, Olbus, and then Curly as well. Determination very high, I do like to see that as well. Finances, like I said, overall balance of only 5 million, so we're definitely going to want to bump that up because we're going to want to improve our facilities as well. Transfer budget, like I said, just 650. We could probably roll that all into payroll. Committed spending is around 480, so we probably have maybe enough for one signing in that. So we're going to have to definitely trim some of the fat here. We'll look a little bit closer in terms of our club info here. Lucas Podolski, I would love for this guy to come back as a coach. I don't think he wants to. I'd even love him to come back as a player, but obviously he's not going to. Jonas Hector has already left, but can we afford him? Yeah, we're going to grab him as a coach. What the hell? First signing, grab him as an under-19 coach. In a heartbeat. It is sad to see him leave already. And then no one else is really active in his, other than Podolski. I guess Polster as well, but he's already with the club. I don't know who he is. And yeah, so our rivalries are definitely a derby between Mönchengladbach, Bayer Leverkusen, Dusseldorf, and Fortuna. I don't know who they are. Facilities, like I said, adequate corporate, and then great youth as well. Good youth recruitment, but we definitely want to emphasize a little bit more on that. And then club affiliates. So I was wrong. The Firth is not one of them, and then it's just lower league teams here as well. And then in this, we've won the Bundesliga 3 times. And it's not going to, okay, in 1962, 1964, 1978. And then the Polka, we've won 4 times, last time being in 1983. And then Bundesliga 2, we've won more Bundesliga trophies than anything, really, so, or Bundesliga 2 trophies than anything. So we're definitely going to try and build on that. But it's been a long time since any team is unseated. Bayern, I know it's going to happen in real life in this year. So we'll look at it, and Borussia Dortmund and Wolfsburg and Stuttgart are the only ones to really do it in recent memory, and same thing with Werder Bremen as well. Yeah, we're definitely gonna, I think we've been runner-up a couple times here, yeah. So we haven't been runner-up since 1990 and 1989, and we finished 3rd place in 1984 there and in 1988. So it's been a long time coming. Again, the last time we've been pretty dominant beforehand, but I know we got relegated in the 2000s, so we're definitely going to try and focus towards building back that reputation that we've had in the club. So let's go into the transfer rules that we're going to end up doing, and then we'll go with the randomizer as well. So the transfer policy is we can sign Polish and Austrian players at any point, but other than that, we are going to do a randomizer every single season with these nations and see which teams we can poach players from in Europe, and we're going to do another one for the rest of the world. So we'll do the shuffle 3 times here, and we'll just see what ends up happening here, and this is going to be the nation that we're going to be able to take players from this season, and we can get, is it going to be Portuguese? So we can get players from Denmark is going to be the first one. And then we have another one from here from the rest of the league as well that we're going to end up doing in just a second. And for the rest of the world, we have between Nigerian, Argentinian, Ghanaian, Brazil, USA, Ivory Coast, Colombia, and Japan are going to be the other ones for the rest of the world. We will add more every single season, though. We're just doing this more so for this one. I highly doubt that it's really going to matter, so we'll do shuffle 3 times and then see what other nation we can grab players from. These are all the top nations of who they end up grabbing from normally. So it looks like we can grab players from Argentina this season, as well as Denmark. So that is going to be our transfer policy for the season. And hopefully you can manage to get some transfers, probably more so in the January transfer window than anything. So looking into the squad dynamics, it does look like we have terrible team cohesion, terrible club atmosphere, and leadership is around average. But we're definitely going to have to focus a little bit more on that hierarchy. We do have Kainz and Uth are going to be our team leaders, and then we have a decent amount of influential players as well. But overall, our happiness does not look very good at all. The core social doesn't even have the main guys. So the 2 top guys we don't, and then we have secondary and our group B as well. We're going to take a look at our tactics, though, see which one is going to probably do the best. Gegenpress or wing play might be the focus that we might want to do. Let's look at squad planner first. Oh yeah, I guess we're going to have to do tactics first. So we'll end up doing that. I guess let's check out Gegenpress. 4-2-4. We'll do 4-2-4. And we'll just do a quick pick. see what ends up happening there. We'll take a look at the squad planner here, and I mean, it doesn't look that bad though overall. A bunch of 3 stars, 2.5. We do have a decent amount of attacking left mids. So we'll look at this, and yeah, Schwab is the top one. Kobling we might end up parting ways with as well, just to get his salary off the books. It's not necessarily that much, but it doesn't look like he's going to be playing for us at all at this point. And then in terms of some of these guys, we do have a 19-year-old left back that we might want to see get some playing time. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do part ways with one of these guys, but it does show that Benno Smith can play right back as well. Oh, actually, he does play right back. Okay, so he plays right back more so we're going to take him off of here on our squad planner, so we don't have to look at that anymore. Pedersen, he's joining Swansea, so we'll take that off as well. Dominic is joining us, so we don't need to worry about that. And he's leaving as well, 22-year-old. And then we have Sagler as well, who's wanted. He's 33-year-old. We might end up parting ways with him as well. Center back wise, Heinz is there as well, so he's more of a center back. We'll take him off. So we do need to probably improve our left back situation there. But I do like the 2 defensive midfielder approach, especially with Martel there as well. And we'll take a look at the right back. More of a center back, and he's joining us as well. Not too bad. Once they end up joining us, it'll be pretty nice to kind of see everything put together. Attacking right mid is something that we need to focus on. Thielman is out to 2 to 3 months, so it's going to be a bit more difficult at the beginning. And we're going to look at loans as well. The transfer policy also is from loans as well. And then Mania is also listed as well, so might end up having to leave with him. And our strikers, other than, I guess Uth is also the other striker, but he's injured currently, and he's injured for 2 to 3 months as well. And then 3 to 6 weeks for Teague. I mean, doesn't look that great, doesn't look that bad, but he's 24 years old. We might want to also leave him as well. Dietz is already on transfer as well. Every little bit's going to help, and some of these guys are getting paid way too much. 11.5, we're definitely going to have to let him go. Teague probably, and Dietz. Those guys are definitely guys that we probably need to focus on getting rid of. Deal can only play on the right, or sorry, on the left. We want him to play on the right. We might have to make a switch there as well, because currently, yeah, he's behind Kainz as well, and then Aladou is coming in as well. So he's definitely going to need to focus a little bit more on the right, just for development as well. And it does look like we at least have a decent amount of young talent here, so we'll definitely try and focus on that for the next episode. But let's see if we can get any of the transfers this season, and see if we can manage to get anyone before September ends up starting, and the first, I guess, official episode of this series. So thank you all for watching, and until next time.